My friend often says that Italians are emotional and impulsive. I haven't done an impulsive thing in my life. Crazy things just happen to me, you know? I rushed straight into my empty house and up to my room to find a boy sitting on my bed. He looked exactly like me. Suddenly, he ran up to me and hugged me. I pushed him away. "Who are you and what are you doing here?" "Sorry, the front door was open and I was just so excited to meet my twin sister for the first time." "Twin what?" Greatest secret my parents had kept from me. I wasn't born into this world alone. I had a twin brother, and his name was Lucas. My parents had given him up for adoption and kept me. His millionaire father barely paid attention to him now. He was far too busy, and that led Lucas to seek out his real parents. "Why don't we switch places for a few days?" "Deal!" I didn't want to waste another second. We went out and bought wigs, and then I was off to take over my twin brother's life and move into his mansion. I hope you'll really enjoy my life, sorella. After meeting his best friend Jeff, I was sure I would. There was just something about him that was so dreamy. Too bad I was here as a boy. There was nothing I could do but look. My crush on Jeff was interfering with my acting. Jeff walked up to me one day and asked me if I was up for the date. I nearly fainted. "Date? Yeah, with our girlfriends." "Wait, a girl? What?" Apparently there were things Lucas hadn't given me a heads up about, like his girlfriend of 6 months. The pazzo. Next thing I knew, I was going on a couples trip with Lucas's girlfriend Danielle, Jeff, and his girlfriend Courtney. We were driving to a resort owned by Jeff's dad to chill there for the night. I struck up a conversation with Courtney to avoid my own girlfriend, but I guess it was a bad idea because Danielle started crying hysterically. Before they could kill each other, Jeff turned around to tell them to shut up. And then he suddenly swerved sharply to avoid an oncoming truck. The whole car spun out of control and we all screamed, terrified. The car came to a halt on the hillside and one of the wheels was stuck in a pothole. We were stranded in the middle of nowhere. I found an inn nearby that had decent ratings online. As soon as we reached the inn, I rushed to the bathroom to take a breather. While looking at myself in the mirror, I was surprised to see Courtney behind me grinning. I was about to rush out when she suddenly blocked my way. Before I knew it, Courtney grabbed my face and kissed me right on the lips. At that moment, Danielle came in and saw us. "Your stupid girlfriend kissed my boyfriend!" "Babe, I didn't do anything wrong. Lucas followed me in here and kissed me." "You know what? I'm so done with you. We're over." The pretty messed up situation was interrupted when the innkeeper came in to tell us that she had prepared 2 rooms for us. Thankfully, the woman was very old-fashioned. She wouldn't let teenagers bunk together under any circumstances, so Jeff and I had to share a room, and the crazy girlfriends were in another. My heart was racing when we finally went to our room. While heading to the bed, I tripped over something and fell down on the floor. Jeff immediately came to my rescue. He looked so worried as he helped me to my feet. I'm sorry about what happened earlier, dude. I know you're mad at me. Are you going to beat me up?" Suddenly, he burst out laughing. Why would I beat up a girl? And in this case, Lucas' twin sister. "But how did you know?" Jeff said he'd figured it out easily. I acted nothing like Lucas and remembered none of his plans. Besides, Lucas's eyes aren't this beautiful, and I've never felt attracted to that idiot's smile. My whole face was red now. "You're attracted to me?" "Wildly attracted." I blushed harder when Jeff started leaning closer and closer. Before our lips could finally touch, Danielle, my girlfriend, suddenly barged in. "I forgive you for kissing Courtney, by the way. Now let's go to sleep." She climbed onto the bed and told Jeff to sleep on the mattress instead. Jeff said, "Yeah, sure," while grinning at me. After a few more minutes of pestering me, Danielle finally fell asleep. I whispered down to Jeff, "Are you still up?" "Sure, but I need a goodnight kiss." I reached down to him, intending to give him a kiss on the cheek, but to my surprise, he aimed for my lips instead. It was 5 a.m. when Jeff convinced me to sneak out and leave the 2 crazy girls behind. Jeff wanted to take me out on our first official date, so I wore the cutest pink dress. He took my hand and kissed it. "You're even more beautiful than I thought." Everything was perfect until Monday. Word of Courtney and I kissing had spread like wildfire, and now everyone thought I was trying to steal Jeff's ex-girlfriend. I skipped school for the next 2 days to avoid those girls and chose to hang out with Jeff as my real self. I was heading to school one day when Lucas showed up, the real Lucas. He was troubled and unhappy back in my school. "I love our parents, sis, but I'm done with your life. I'm sorry." I would have agreed to switch back happily a few days ago, but now I wasn't sure. I didn't want to leave Jeff. On the other hand, I missed being a girl freely. I missed my parents too. What was I going to do? I told Lucas to give me some time and I went to school. Little did I know that this was the calm before the storm. That night, I got invited for a Zoom conference by Courtney. Out of curiosity, I clicked on it and was surprised to see the faces of everyone at school. Did I miss something? All right, now that everyone's here, are you all ready for our interesting lesson tonight? Oh no, I didn't like where this was going. She started playing a slideshow presentation for everyone to see, and it was pictures of me and Jeff, hundreds of them. Apparently, Courtney hadn't dealt well with my public rejection. She was suspicious of me and Jeff, and without our knowledge, she had stalked us during our last few dates. My world stopped when the pictures of me taking my wig off and kissing Jeff showed up. Everyone knew our secret now. My act was finally over, whether I liked it or not. So according to my research, Lucas's twin sister has been pretending to be him for the past few weeks, and she has had the nerves to kiss me and steal my boyfriend. I don't know which one is more disgusting. Ew. That was officially the end of it. I had to go back now. I was about to call Lucas to tell him what had happened, but he called me first and told me to come home urgently. I got really worried. Jeff drove me to my real house, and I saw my parents hugging Lucas with tears in their eyes. And Lucas wasn't dressed as a girl. What was happening? Mama? Papa? They immediately hugged me as soon as they heard my voice. Dad said, "Our bambina is back. Why didn't you tell us about this switching business?" I turned to Lucas, and while scratching his head, he told me, "Sorry, sis. Mama caught me in my underwear in the bathroom." Mom then started explaining, "We were forced to give up Lucas for adoption because we didn't have enough money to take care of you both. We never thought we'd see Lucas again, and we're so happy that we got to meet him." Lucas told us that he wanted to be close to his family, so he'd made a plan. There was more than enough room in his mansion for all of us. He talked to his foster dad already, who was totally fine with it. My parents were so over the moon. I was so excited to have a sibling and leave my horrible school. And of course, now I could stay close to Jeff. Jeff said, "Oh, by the way, dude, Danielle's no longer your girlfriend." Lucas laughed. "Great, I was wondering how I was going to break up with her. Seriously, those girls are the worst." The boys did a fist bump in front of me. Jeff then turned to me with a wink. "That's how it's done, babe." I just answered him with the girliest giggle ever. Amore mio.